I didn't even know what it felt like to have a secure job. And I think even when I started to work for a network full time, I didn't think it was secure. Like I was just, always on edge. I loved martial arts. I started in Wing Chun and then I got into Wushu. And
how was that experience?
It was, we didn't shower. Like we trained all day. It was so cold because we went in December period.
He started out doing fight choreography for free, then landed 555 episodes on Channel 9 and became the face of K-pop in Australia. But behind the career highlights are 4 a.m. call times, imposter syndrome, and the quiet grind of staying relevant in a changing world. Andy Trieu didn't follow the blueprint, he made his own.
What sort of advice would you give someone in terms of like creation?
I don't know, you just got to make as much as you can and then you can kind of refine it. But the truth is...
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Point 01. Today we're with our special guest, Andy Trieu. Let's get straight into it. All right, Point 01. Andy, we bring some of the best Aussie guests onto this show. We're all about those who are what we call the Point 01ers, the people who are aspiring to be at the very top of their game. We all know that the difference between a lot of the times winners and losers is that 0.01%, right? There's a big difference that makes people extremely successful in their fields and people who kind of just dawdle it out, like they dawdle around. So with you, I think you have the characteristics of it. We all know that you've done a lot of things and, your face is popping up almost everywhere. So I want to dive into that today. But for a lot of people who don't know who you are, Andy, who are you? Give us like a brief intro. Who's Andy Trieu?
I'm a random person. I'm a content creator. I've done many things in my career, from acting, presenting, producing. I worked on kids television and mainstream TV, socials, and just had a chance to work across network, government, and things like that. Did a bit of stunt work. Competed in martial arts for a little bit, and just all-rounder, jack of all trades to stay employed.
Yes. So that's actually quite interesting because you're in the acting field, and as a creative, it must be fairly interesting being in the Aussie environment, right? Because, people always say you got to go to LA, if you want to make it big, you got to go to Hollywood. What was that like for your experience?
I took my time at it. Like during university, it was just a hobby, like I attended acting school. I'm from Canberra. And I volunteered in the local amateur theatre. And from that you meet lots of like-minded people and just, environments where it's super fun, just to act and have a good time and do things for free. And when I got a taste of that, I just wanted more.
So did you always act then, or was that like a kind of like a university thing or a high school thing? When did you get into it?
As a kid, I thought it would be a fun idea. I was inspired by like Jackie Chan and just like Asian films in general. And so when I got a chance to volunteer for some amateur theatre around university, I was like, I'm going to do it, So I did a bit of fight choreography and just like physical theatre. Attended acting school just in the nights, and then eventually got an agent. And then when you get an agent, you just go for auditions. And you go for 100 and you might get one.
Is that how it works? Is that the stats? That's pretty hectic.
But one job changed my life.
Okay. What was that defining job for you?
I got a professional theatre show called Shanghai Lady Killer, which was directed by Tony Ayres, a very reputable director in the Australian film scene. So I worked on this play with Cirque du Soleil people, these really talented people. So had massive imposter syndrome.
Oh, really?
Like, the hell am I doing here?
When was that? How long ago was that?
That was like around 2010.
Oh, crap. 2010. What's that? Is that 15 years? That's 15 years.
Is it? Really?
Holy shit. That's 15 years ago. Wow.
So just to hang out with these really talented trampolinists, like dancers, circus people. And I was a martial artist, we did lots of wire work and stuff. So I did 27 weeks on that. And that just really opened the door to more stunt work.
Was that your first ever like big production that you were part of?
That was my first like physical theatre thing. But my first TV show, I worked on a Channel 9 show called Crime Investigations Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, and I played this guy called Zeph Gonzalez.
Zeph Gonzalez.
He's a murderer.
Oh, okay. But you're Vietnamese.
Yeah, well, I guess at that time I passed in terms of look.
Yeah.
He was a Filipino murderer. It was a big case that happened out in Ryde. But they did a big Channel 9.
So this is like a real life kind of murder mystery.
Yeah, which happened.
Oh, so it's real life. Okay, cool.
So I played him and I got a spot on primetime TV playing this kid and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. And you would have been super young back then, hey?
Yeah.
How old? Do you remember?
20s?
20s?
Yeah.
Early on. Very early on.
Early 20s. But that was really cool.
Yeah.
And, once you get a gig through your agency, they have more leverage to pitch you for other things.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So how long ago do you reckon you got yourself into a position where you were a full-time sort of creative, an actor, a stuntman? Because a lot of people never get to that stage, I think, in the show world, right?
Yeah, right.
So how long did it take you to kind of land enough gigs for you to have a prominent sort of income to sustain yourself?
I just fell into each gig and, when you work on a gig for 27 weeks, everyone like bonds.
Yeah.
Towards the end of those types of gigs, everyone's like, "Oh, what are you doing next?"
And what was the answer?
We're all going to get employed next.
Yeah.
But also, you're in contact with your agents. Saying,
Yeah.
Oh, what am I doing next,
Guys, money's gonna run out, so I need another
like
gig.
real fast. But they're consistently sending you to auditions, and I auditioned for a show for Channel 9, which was a pilot kids show. Called Kitchen Whiz.
Yep.
And went in for the pilot and became the host, co-host of that.
Yep.
And the show got picked up by Channel 9 and just got commissioned for 120 episodes, like straight off the back.
That's
and
crazy.
It was on every day, Monday to Friday, 4 p.m.
So it's kind of like the Ready Steady Cook kind of vibe.
Yeah, it was right after Ready Steady Cook.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
crap. There you
It
go.
was 4 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
And then before I knew it, that went on for 7 seasons and it went on 555 episodes. And, when you're on something like that, I was like, oh, okay, this is what I do now.
You're that Kitchen Whiz guy now.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. How long is that? 555 episodes. That's not 5 years, is it?
No, definitely shorter. There were days we shot close to 5 episodes a day.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's a full setup, kind of like this, right? You can just churn people through it and like get them out.
And how was that experience? Like, did you work long days, 16-hour days, full makeup, full costume, all of that?
They were normal days.
Oh, really?
Just like almost like a 9 to 5 or 9 to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad.
Go into makeup.
Yeah.
You could put your costume on. Get onto set. Have breakfast.
Yeah.
The contestants come through. You do the same segments, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so much fun.
That's so interesting. Now, I think everyone would be always curious, like all these game shows and stuff like that. Is it rigged? Like all the winners?
Is it rigged?
Yeah, like the staging, the setting.
No.
It's not rigged.
No, it's very real.
Oh, it's very real.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because in the studio, everything's playing out live, and there's a box where all the directors and the producers are sitting, and all the judges, and they're massive 9 camera setups on every angle, so they know exactly what's happening. You've got your in-ear piece, and they're telling you, oh no, they're doing this wrong or whatever. Who's winning? Yeah, but it's very start and stop.
Yeah.
Between because our show was 23 minutes plus ads. It's half an hour.
Yeah.
But in between segments, we'll stop. Oh yeah, it takes about an hour and a half to shoot 23 minutes. So start, stop, reset. Yeah. But if something really worked, sometimes they might reenact it a little bit if they didn't capture it. But it's pretty real.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's a surprise because I used to think like all these like reality shows or these game shows were all rigged. I remember, what was the one back in the day? Do you remember where like these kids had to go in, they had to like jump on these boxes or like they have to do little like challenges and stuff?
Amazing.
I don't remember. I remember we used to watch it as a kid, like when we were super young. It was probably like on ABC or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's quite a few game shows.
There's a few game shows
Yeah.
around the 3, 4, 5 p.m. time, like when they
Yeah.
were showing after school.
Well, the creator of our show came up with some of the biggest games
really?
ever. Like Amazing. It's called Amazing and Go Go Stop.
Oh,
I don't
Go
know
Go
if
Stop,
you-
that's the one.
Yeah,
Go
so
Go Stop.
the creator Go Go Stop made our show. So yeah.
Wow.
And in our off season, they put us on their other game shows.
Yeah.
So they shot them back to back.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you had
so-
like pretty much full-time work the whole way through then.
Pretty much. Like the producers were so nice and amazing. Like they would try and get us stuff on our off season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so they shot shows like Pyramid. I don't know if you
Okay.
know Pyramid. And Magical Tales, which is another kid show. Yeah, and that's the coolest thing about the industry, I think, where it's all about give and take, and
Yeah.
you get what you put in, and
Yeah.
you know,
That's so
Yeah.
interesting. Well, before you even got to there, like what was your childhood like? Because I know you had a martial arts background. What was that like?
oh, I loved martial arts. I started in Wing Chun, and then I got into Wushu, and then I had a mentor who used to compete in Wushu, and I followed in his footsteps
Yeah.
and competed in lots of Australian competitions, and it was just awesome just to be able to do so many different styles and pick up weaponry and do swords, that kind of stuff.
So
changed my life.
what styles did you end up doing? You had Wing Chun, you had Wushu, right?
Yeah.
And then what else? Was that it? Or was there
So
more?
within Wushu, it's
Yeah.
pretty broad.
Yeah.
I did like Southern Fist, Drunken Style, Straight Sword, Broadsword, Southern Sword,
Wow.
Staff, double swords, daggers. Because once you learn the basics of one form, it's easy to learn other things. You know.
So Wushu was like the Shaolin monk kind of like.
Yeah, it basically is like Shaolin Kung Fu.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And I got so into it. Me and a friend, we traveled to the Shaolin Temple.
Yeah.
And I did, a couple of weeks there.
In China?
Yeah, in China.
Oh.
yeah.
Which city? Which city did you end up going to?
It's called Luya.
Okay.
And then they took us on some bus into the Shaolin area, and they just like dropped us
it
off.
like in the mountains or something? Mountains?
I mean, the mountains are there.
Yeah.
They took us in, they dropped us off, and then we were there for like nine days.
Yeah.
And I was like, are they coming back?
Yeah, they're gonna come get us. We just got abandoned. How old were you guys when you guys went?
We were in our 20s.
In your 20s when you went?
Yeah, so
How was that experience? Was it like?
it was,
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't shower. Like we trained all day. It was so cold because we went in December period. Yeah, we trained all day, sweat heaps, and like no one showered. And I was like, hang on a minute. It's not comfortable.
Yeah. Why is that? Is that just culture or is it
Oh, well, I think they showered maybe once a week or something. There wasn't like physical showers there. I think
like a bath or something?
you had to go down the mountain to go to the shower.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you just had to do your own thing.
Yeah.
I had a hard time, but my friend who was in the army,
Oh, he loved it.
he was just like,
Bro, this is
this is
easy,
another day. And I was just being a little bitch. Like just going, I'm cold. Yeah. No, but I had an awesome time just training.
How does it work when it's like you wanted to, let's just say if I wanted to go do some Shaolin training, what do I call up the head monk or like, how does that work?
We had a contact,
Yeah.
like a friend of a friend.
Because they won't
and
just
inquired.
they won't accept anyone.
I think nowadays they do.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
it's more
like different
commercialized
programs.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you could go in and
Yeah.
do what you want.
You just pay them? Do you pay them or not?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you
pay
do
them.
pay them.
Yeah. It was funny. We went in and they checked our level. We thought we were good.
Yeah.
And they were like,
These
we'll
guys
just,
are noobs.
They were like, oh, let's assign the 15-year-old.
Oh, really? Is that how it was? Oh my god.
And I was like, oh.
It's like, oh my
And
god.
then so we got our ass whooped
Yeah.
by this 15-year-old kid called Gabriel. And he just like forced us to do all these things. I'm like,
He just bullied you.
yeah, literally.
Literally bullied by a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is literally the scenario of when you get like Chinese kids come from China and they're like in year 2 and then they go and do like year 10 mathematics. It's the exact same thing. These guys are just built different over there.
Yeah, 100%.
So
yeah.
different. So you were there for like what, 9 weeks?
Oh, sorry, not 9 weeks, 9 days.
Oh, 9 days. I
Felt
thought-
like 9 weeks.
Oh wow. Okay. I thought you were there for ages. So it's like a massive boot camp or
Yeah.
something.
No, but we learnt heaps within the 9 days
Yeah.
and did a bit of prep leading up to it. And
Yeah.
I think it set a bit of a standard coming back. And we're like, oh, okay, yeah,
Was-
train harder.
What was the sort of what was a lesson that you got out of there? Because you'd imagine the Shaolin monks are pretty like insightful, like super wisdom kind of.
We did.
Did you learn much?
Yeah, heaps. It humbles you in terms of like skill level and yeah, just to be training in like where Kung Fu started in that environment, it's just awesome. You're just like in awe. You just feel one with the earth.
You feel the spirit. You feel the spiritual energy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. So
Yeah.
did you end up shaving your head bald, or did you do any of
Nah.
that? Wearing the drapes?
Oh, we wore the drapes and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just to get into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they train pretty raw.
Yeah.
Like tons of conditioning and all these shoes with no padding and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
And they do the one where they get kicked in the nuts and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they're all real tough.
Yeah.
They're just like tough guys.
They're all hard.
Yeah.
Proper. That's incredible because you don't imagine it, right? Because most people look at us, we're Asian, right? You think like small Asian people, and then you got all these shaolin monks in their temples in the mountain, wearing like barely any clothes in the middle of the winter, all ripped with 6 packs, like
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
It's crazy. And what I love about Kung Fu is as you age, there's always different forms you can do, like move into Tai Chi or move into just internal forms, like rather than these like, external forms.
So it's like, is that like a spiritual kind of training or spiritual? Is that what you mean by internal form?
Like Tai Chi, how it's
Yeah.
more like,
You're moving, you're flowing,
yeah,
it's like
you're
water
flowing,
and wind
yeah.
and earth and whatever, it's like the
And
elements.
it's something that you continue to do
Yeah,
as,
right.
as you get older.
That's so interesting. Yeah, wow. So when you were in China though, because you're Vietnamese, was your friend Chinese at all? Like, how did you guys even communicate? Because I doubt they spoke English there.
Oh, they spoke a bit of
They spoke
English.
English?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
that
well,
they
I
did.
mean, you want to have had Google Translate, guys.
And they just really communicated through pointing and like demonstrating something and say do the same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fun times. That's so
Did you do martial arts?
No,
or you
I
do
don't. I never
anything?
got
No?
into it, which is why I'm so curious, right? Because
Yeah.
when you pick a martial art, there's all sorts. People love things like Krav Maga, or they love BJJ,
Yeah, it's
Muay
huge thing
Thai,
right
or stuff like that. Wing Chun as well after Ip Man, really blew it
Yeah.
up. So it's like, yeah, it is fascinating. I've just never really had the time, and I think my parents never really pushed me in that direction.
Yeah.
Nor was I really musically gifted either. So, did you go into all of this sort of extracurricular stuff because of your parents, or did you kind of just explore it yourself?
I just explored it myself. Yeah.
Your parents never had an impact on any of that?
They were always really open to it.
Oh.
I thought I had a pretty good upbringing.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. If I liked it, they would just put me in lessons and I'll just do it,
Oh, cool.
And did Wing Chun and martial arts and just went with it.
Wow, so okay, well,
Really open minded.
oh, that's so interesting. I mean, going back, I mean, a lot of people, especially being from us in our Asian background, right? Our parents are always kind of like the typical tiger mom and all that sort of stereotype. But what was your upbringing like with your parents? How was that like? What was young Andy like?
Oh, I was pretty noisy.
Oh yeah, the loud one.
Yeah, I was pretty noisy, I reckon.
Yeah.
I think I was an annoying little brother.
Okay, so you have
to
an
my
older brother.
Yeah, I got an older brother.
Yeah. Wait, which
but
area are you from, by the way?
I'm from Canberra.
Okay, of course. Which
That's pretty west.
Yes, that's very very west actually. Yeah, from Canberra, like a small city or a small suburb or.
I don't know. All of Canberra's a bit of
it's
a
pretty small, I
big
guess.
suburb. So just we moved from the south to the north.
Yeah.
And just went to school in the central areas. Went to an all boys school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty chill.
Pretty standard life.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your parents like? Are they still working now, or they kind of retired?
They're pretty much retired now.
Yeah.
And they worked really hard throughout their life and just time to relax now
Yeah,
for them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But they were always very supportive.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine it's pretty hard. Like if your son goes, "Hey, I want to pursue acting," or I want to do stunts and stuff like that. Asian parents were like, that doesn't spell doctor to me." Or, how was that experience like for you?
Well, I was in uni anyway, so it was just one of those extracurricular things. That
What'd you study in uni, by the way?
I did when I entered uni. I did engineering and Asian studies.
Oh, what sort of engineering did you?
Well, so in first year you do
just
just
generic.
prerequisites, and I think I was planning to move into mechanical engineering, but I dropped out after first year, and then I did commerce and Asian studies.
So I'm guessing ANU, right?
ANU, yeah. And finished that, and then so my parents already knew I was, finished uni, but I was just taking these small contracts in showbiz or whatever, and not knowing if that was going to lead to anything.
Did you ever want to kind of like utilize your degree, or was the plan always to kind of just be in the showbiz?
I did some work for government because in Canberra, tons of people are in the government, and it's quite easy to pick up some work there. So did some stuff at the Department of Education at the time, and a few other things, and had that on the side just in case things didn't pan out. Yeah. But I just went with the flow. And when I, after Channel 9, I went to SBS, and that was kind of corporate and also really, really open, creative. So I was like, oh, I like it here.
What was the first thing you did on the SBS platform? Was it the PopAsia stuff? Or?
Yeah. So just before that, I'd gone for a gig at ABC to host a show about Asian pop.
Yep.
And then SBS already had a show called SBS PopAsia, and a friend connected me to one of the producers, and then they offered me a trial.
Yep.
And then, so you go in and you do like a radio test, and then you do a screen read. And then, got the gig and just got straight into radio. They put me live on air. I think they just wanted to throw me in the deep end. Let's see if he swims.
Yeah. And how was that? How was that experience?
Now I just did it.
I mean,
you know what really helps? I think the acting lessons really helped.
Really?
Because I had massive imposter syndrome. Like, what am I doing?
At SBS at that time?
Yeah, a little bit. Just like memorized monologues and just went in and
far out.
Just did my best.
Yeah, far out. That's so interesting. Like, I've always been so curious with how, obviously the Aussie kind of media network works. Going from, different channel to channel. Is there any sort of like, do they have like a kind of like a, hate game for each other? Kind of like, I don't like that network or these guys. Did you ever feel any of that?
No, not really. I think everyone's kind of supportive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people are like, if because when you're coming towards the end of a contract, it's like, what are you guys doing? Yeah. So it's really nurturing, and it's all about networking and connecting. So it's a real vibe.
And how long have you been doing SBS Pop? Is it SBS PopAsia? That's what it's called, right?
SBS PopAsia started in 2014, and we've done over 1,000 TV shows, TV episodes, and like a daily radio show. We also did in-flight Qantas programming, like tons of shows of that, and we also wrote and produced shows for K-pop stars that went on our platform. It's been wild. We've done heaps of interviews, and when I doing heaps of interviews, from interviewing BTS and like interviewing everyone. Yeah, it's insane. Like, I can't believe it sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's been wild.
That's interesting. Have you picked up some Korean in the process?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but a lot of the segments really is for an Australian audience. So of course. If they could speak English or
a lot of them do now, right?
Yeah.
They speak like American English and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that. Yeah. How like what's it been like? You obviously interact with a lot of these big, like huge. We'll cut that and we'll restart. You've obviously met a lot of these big stars, especially the K-pop idols. Who's been like the top 3 biggest that you've met?
BTS are pretty big.
Oh yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. And they're not behind the scenes, by the way. Just for those who don't know.
Shiny. Do you know Shiny?
Yeah, Shiny. Yep.
Shiny.
Yeah.
EXO.
Shiny's more old school, right? They're more like kind of my era. They're not so big now, are they?
They're still pretty big.
Still pretty big.
Yeah,
I'm not a big follower in the K-pop space.
A lot of these guys have these really long careers now.
Yeah, they do.
Like going solo or starting their own companies.
Yeah.
And a lot of their music is quite timeless. So, EXO, J Park.
J Park. Yeah.
Zion T. Crush.
Yeah.
Zico. I don't know if you know any of these.
No, I don't know these ones.
Heaps. Yeah, Red Velvet.
Yeah.
Twice.
Oh, Twice we know. Yeah.
Twice. Yeah, heaps.
Twice was recent, right? That would have been like last year or something.
No, I did Twice quite a number of years ago, and I did them
Twice.
I did them twice.
Did twice.
I did twice.
Yeah.
17. Do you know 17?
I've heard of 17.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stray Kids.
Stray Kids I've heard of. Yeah.
Stray Kids. Recently interviewed Stray Kids. Felix.
Okay.
Do you know, yeah. Sexy man.
Yep. Of course. I mean, most Korean guys there. You know.
Yeah.
Quite good.
But yeah, it's just awesome just to interview these guys, some when they debuted and then as they progress in their career, to see them grow and become these massive superstars.
They're huge, right?
Yeah.
Do you get much like, because obviously there's screen time, right? Which is
Yeah.
like more formal, not so much scripted, I would say, but like it's more formal, planned, executed on. But then do you have like backstage time with them when it's like downtime, no cameras or like chill?
Yeah.
with them?
Yeah.
You have a lot of that as well.
It depends on the artist, but just say if it's someone I've built a relationship with over time, and we vibe.
Yeah.
You know, we might just go out.
Oh, that's so cool.
afterwards or just hang out and go to a bar, just chat about things.
They get
and-
swamped if you guys go to a bar.
They know the places. Like
Oh.
they have regular places that they go.
Oh. They've got like
when we're in
secret celebrity,
Korea and-
secret
yeah,
celebrity
yeah.
spot.
Yeah, and they get their own rooms or they get
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at the VIP service there. That's so cool.
Yeah. And sometimes people are scared to come up.
Of course.
No, but I was with there's this guy called Sam Hamilton.
Okay.
He's a massive popular guy in Korea.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, just come out to Gangnam. We'll just go get Korean barbecue. He's like, nah, I don't think it's going to be a good idea. He's like, but I'll go anyway. Anyway, we were on this street in Gangnam and I was standing here. I could see him over there.
Yeah.
We're like waving.
Yeah.
And he's like, he was walking from there to here. And as he was walking, he was just getting swarmed and swarmed and like swarmed and swarmed.
You can
and
just see it on the other side of it.
literally, and by the time he got to me,
Yeah.
I was like
2 hours later.
It was too hard. That and we caught the same flight back to Australia as well.
Yeah.
And going through the airport, like as a civilian, right?
Yeah.
He was getting swamped on the plane. He was getting swamped.
Oh my God.
So the flight attendant created a little space at the back where we just sit and chill. I mean, it was insane. Yeah,
Wow.
like that kind of fame. Yeah.
That's huge. I wonder
Yeah.
what he's like. You know, I wonder what like goes through their heads. I'm always so curious. Do they ever share these things with you? Like how they feel when they get swamped like that? Is it kind of like annoying? Is it kind of like a great feeling, interesting? Like when you get swamped like that?
He seemed to really be cool with it. You
Loved
know,
it.
he's just like a friendly,
That's cool.
nice stick guy. You know,
Yeah.
so he's always really grateful.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he just super chilled. He's like,
Science. He's got to become ambidextrous at that point. Left hand,
Yeah.
right hand, signature everywhere.
Oh, that's one thing I learned from I saw from a K-pop star that came over. You know, skills that you learn as a K-pop star that are not exactly transferable. They're just like really good at signing, like really fast.
It's muscle memory.
He's like, check this out.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
ooh.
Oh, wow.
Or finding the light when taking selfies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he knew how to.
Turn
was like-
around and angle himself.
It's like certain skills. I'm like, I don't know if you can use that in the corporate world.
But I don't think they'll ever have a corporate career after that. But
yeah. I was like, interesting.
Have you ever interviewed anyone which is like super different on camera versus off camera? I reckon that's quite common, but I'm not sure.
Sometimes I've interviewed people that are quite introverted,
Okay.
or have created this persona
Yeah.
that is so out there, right?
When they switch off, it's just
Yeah, which is, you know, like in acting theory, you know, when you're creating a character, like Rowan Atkinson might create Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
He's not really Mr. Bean
Of course
in real
not.
life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I've met artists like that. Where,
wow.
You know, they've gone so far in that character.
So deep.
Yeah.
So
and
deep in character.
They know how to turn it on and be that. And,
Yeah.
you know, and then when they finish, it's like, and scene.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like they're done.
And they're like so exhausted, mentally drained.
100%.
Do you ever find yourself in that position as well? You know, because you did a lot of things, right? You've done stunts, you've done, you know, obviously acting as well, and you've done hosting. Hosting's a lot more real, right? Versus acting and stuff like that. Or is that also a character when you host?
Well, for example, if hosting is a side of you, like a bit of character work as well,
Yeah.
because if you're presenting a segment and you don't have much energy,
Yeah, that's so boring.
it just doesn't translate,
Yeah.
And there's different types of presenting. There's news presenting, which is there's like weather presenting. There's kids TV presenting, which is all about being a bit more engaging and stuff.
Energetic,
Yeah.
moving around.
And so if you don't emphasize the dialogue and stuff, like the show just falls flat, So and I used to have a producer that was really onto that. They'll be like, more energy. Or,
That's good. Would you say you've had like a really good team around you in your process of showbiz?
Yeah. Like in the beginning, I really had nothing to compare it to, but just to be able to work with so many amazing professionals, people that are really good in their field or just had a great attitude. That's the best part about working in the creative industry, having so many great collaborators.
And you would have met like a lot of like celebrities, right? And especially in Australian media, I don't think there's too many people in Australian media. And you've worked on some big movies. What are some movies that you've been on?
I worked on my first big movie was Tomorrow When the War Began, and then Wolverine. And then I worked on Hacksaw Ridge, which was directed by Mel Gibson.
Yep.
And Shang-Chi, which was really cool. And
I saw you post off the photo of you and Simu, a couple of days ago on the Harbour Bridge?
Yeah.
Was that for his birthday or something? What was that?
Yeah.
how cute.
But yeah, that's really awesome to be able to say work on Shang-Chi and then actually get him in on a segment.
Yeah. And hang out as well.
Yeah. Simu's cool. Yeah, and he
Where
works
is
really
Simu?
hard.
He's in Canada, right? He's in Canada?
I think he's in Los Angeles filming Avengers right now.
Probably.
Yeah, he's doing Avengers Doomsday. I saw it on
Instagram.
Yeah.
Hope that's a good movie. I don't know about Marvel's performance recently, but hopefully that's a good one.
Yeah.
But
so cool to see an Asian face
yeah,
out
of course.
there on,
That's what I mean.
on Marvel.
I'd love to get him on the podcast one day.
Yeah.
If he's ever down in Sydney again, I'll go fly to him.
Would you ever work on a Marvel film?
I would love to. If I ever suit something, I'm more than happy to. I'd love it. I don't know if I'd ever be an actor, but I don't know, throw me in some role, I'll do it if I can. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
What would your dream role be?
Ooh, if I was an actor, I don't know. I think I would love to be in an action movie. I don't know. I can see myself getting all rugged, getting jacked, putting on like a body armor or whatever, carrying guns, running into a room, doing like one of those types of movies. I really love the action stuff.
Action with cars, right? 'Cause you're really into cars as
cars
well.
or guns, like the typical, I'd be like a sniper or I'd be like, I don't know, some military guy. Like,
Yeah, I can see that. You got
that'd
the
be fun.
build
Yeah.
and stuff.
I reckon that'd be so fun because,
Yeah.
I've always had, how there's always casting for reality TV shows and there's like the SAS Challenge one and then there's Survivor and stuff like that. I'd love to do shows
You
like that.
could do that.
Yeah, that'd be so fun. I reckon that'd be fun.
Can you drift?
No, I can't. My brother can. But I can learn.
Yeah. Have you, because you drive a Supra.
Yeah,
don't know
I
if
do.
anyone knows. But have you taken that off the rails?
Taken off the rails, like to track. Yeah, we've gone hard on track. Anywhere else, it's filmed in Mexico. But but yes, on the tracks, yes, we can push it hard.
Yeah. What's that like and how do you feel?
It's actually pretty fun, I reckon. I like it. Have you pushed your car?
No.
Okay, yeah. Going to a track day, or even if you sat passenger in like a sports car or a supercar on a track day, I reckon, it's probably one of the most thrilling experiences. Like it's a full adrenaline shock for the entire time you're racing. Obviously, unless you're a professional racer.
Yeah.
Like even doing a track day when you're doing your laps, and let's just say you're doing 10, 20 laps, it's probably like, I don't know, 15 minutes of driving.
Right.
In that 15 minutes of driving, when you get out of the car, you're just like fully like fried. You're just exhausted.
And that's from driving.
That's just you driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does the passenger feel?
Oh, they're probably like gonna throw up. Yeah. I don't know. We should do a track day sometime. I'll take you as a passenger. It'll be fun.
How much damage does it cause to your car?
If you go off the track, a lot.
If you roll.
If you roll, that's a lot of damage.
That's
If you hit the barrier, that's a lot of damage. But if you do good laps and you're quite controlled and you're on track,
Yeah.
You'll probably burn through rubber, so a lot of your
tires.
Yeah, so for example, Supra, it's like $550, $600 a tire.
A tire.
So you're talking 4 tires, a full square. What's that? 2,400.
Jeez.
And you'll probably go through half that rubber in a track day, half if not more. So you got that.
Like, how about like wheel alignment?
And then you got your fluids, and then your alignment. If you hit the ripple strips too much, you'll probably go off a little bit. So then you got to do your alignment. So and then fuel. You'll probably go through 2 tanks if you go hard. Because if you run like one session, you'll probably go through a quarter to a third of your tank in that 10-15 minutes.
Oh my
just
God.
Going so hard, you're fanging it.
That's good for your engine, kind of, right? Because you're kind of pushing it to its limits.
I don't know. I'm not much in the mechanical space, so I actually don't know how good that is for your engine. But I would assume it's like anything else, right? I mean, it's like exercise. As long as you don't go too hard, your heart might not explode, or your heart will explode.
Yeah.
It's probably the same thing. But yeah, racing is pretty fun.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if I was ever in the acting space, or if I did like a cameo or something, I'd love to be in some sort of an action role. Be fun because I can shoot. Like I shoot as well, right? So I have my own guns and,
Wait, shoot?
Like shoot, not photography shooting, but gun shooting.
You shoot guns?
Yeah, I shoot guns. So I have my own guns. I'm a big fan, licensed, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's kind of like I really love that sort of stuff.
Like
Trigger discipline, taking your
as
guns
in like
out,
real
target
bullets?
real bullets, target shooting,
Wow.
hunting,
Okay.
that sort of stuff. So I think if I were to end up in a role, if I can apply my real life skills over, that would be fun as.
That's like John Wick shit.
Oh, fuck, I wish if I could do a John Wick movie, that'd be so cool. Is there any Asian that does a John Wick kind of style besides like someone like Donnie Yen or something like that?
Yeah, maybe Donnie Yen or.
I mean, Donnie Yen is in John Wick, so it does
Oh,
like
yeah, he is. And he's
the
doing a
blind guy.
spin-off.
Yeah,
He's doing
is
a
it a
spin-off.
TV show or a movie?
A movie.
A movie,
He's
right?
doing a movie.
Yeah, the blind guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess Donnie Yen is one of the next big.
Yeah, but when I think of your image, I think of like cars.
Yeah.
Guns.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
It's like Fast and Furious. I'm suited for Fast and
You
Furious.
are the Fast and Furious guy.
Well, you should see my brother. When you see my brother, he looks like Han. He's got the long hair.
Oh, okay.
He drives an RX-7.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
everyone, and he used to go to car meets and he would just go in thongs and trackies and eat his popcorn and
have like cheesy lines.
yeah, literally, everyone would think he's Han. So yeah, I reckon that'll be fun as. And he works on cars and we love our cars. So yeah, if anything, Fast and Furious, work with Dwayne The Rock Johnson that'll be cool.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you never know. You never know.
What was it like for you? Because you have your skill of martial art. Do you think that was kind of what propped you into the industry?
Yeah. Because I started doing like fight choreography in amateur theatre.
Was there like a scout or something that picked you out?
It was just our local teacher going, "Oh, this free theatre thing needs some kung fu guys in the back."
Yeah.
And then so we jumped on that, and then I put that in my portfolio. I'm like the martial arts guy, ninja guy, and so when I got my agent, it was easier to sell to.
Yeah, because he's got an actual skill. He doesn't need.
Yeah. And so when I got the theatre show or the kids' television show, I was all doing martial arts.
Yeah, right.
It was only when I got the job on SBS where I did a bit less, but I just had a bit of a niche to fall back on.
Yeah. And you're good at martial arts, right? Did you win competitions? How was that?
Yeah, I competed, around my uni time.
Yeah.
And I won an Australian championship.
For which
and
discipline?
State for wushu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And did weaponry and
Yeah.
did sparring and but then you get like a short period of competing and then you generally train hard, and if you're already training hard, you try to compete as many things as you can before you're not good anymore.
Before you get injured, before you get too old, your joints don't work anymore. Yeah.
But yeah, when you move into more, say, film work, you meet lots of people that are good at different disciplines, like say breakdancing or flipping or tricking, and that becomes more your world, and you just protect your body a little bit more for if you get work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you worked in stunts. What was that? Was that like early on you worked in stunts? Because do you still do stunts now, or do you kind of go?
Not as
characters
much.
and
Yeah, only I'm still kind of connected to people in that world, but I generally, if something comes up, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm given the opportunity.
Yeah, what was that like? What was it like doing stunts? Because I'm assuming it's pretty dangerous. Is it as it seems? What was that movie they filmed in Australia recently? The one with about the stuntman?
Oh, the Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy. Yeah. Is it like
right.
that?
Oh, I don't remember that exactly, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It just depends on the gig. Like, I've been lucky to work on different size jobs,
Yeah.
but I think it's more about supporting a team and doing what's necessary to get the job done. Like on Hacksaw Ridge, we were war guys, had to shoot stuff, and that didn't require much martial arts, but most people knew how to fall and do things like that.
So that's what that means as well. So it's not like
Yeah.
a stunt double or anything. It's like a...
Oh, no, some people do
some
stunt
do- okay.
doubling.
Did you
and
do that as well?
I have done that
Oh,
before,
really? Who's
yeah.
your stunt double for?
I did it on a music video. There was this group called Short Stack.
Okay.
Also on different plays,
Yeah.
I've doubled the main character and stuff like that.
Do you actually-
Like just doing martial
Yeah,
arts.
do you
right?
actually have to look like them? Or
We were masked up.
Oh, you're masked up, yeah.
But nowadays they can keyframe your
CGI,
face out.
yeah,
and
that's so
stuff
crazy,
Like that. Yeah. But it's more about just working as a team and
Yeah.
seeing if you can work with everybody else, for 14 hours. Like they're really long days, and yeah.
What's it like actually? Because I know when you do produce and like when you're on a set, right, and it's like a big set and it might be like a big movie, for example, like Wolverine and Shang-Chi, they're huge movies. Were they literally like 16-hour, 18-hour, 20-hour days? Like, how the media usually reports it. You're on set, you film, you're doing makeups like 5 a.m. in the morning and then you go all the way to like 2 a.m. at night. Was it like that as well?
Yeah, they're pretty long days. But again, I was a small piece in a very, with 200 to 1,000 people working on it, right? I was just like one small piece. And I'm sure every job has different hours, but ours was to get in around 4
in the morning.
3:30, 4. It depends on the day. If you've got to go in and get mud on and do all that, but then you have breakfast around 6 a.m.
Oh, so you still get to eat.
And then there's lots like tons of sitting around, and then you might get taken on to set around 10 a.m. And then there's like briefings, and then you get another briefing, and then around 11:30, 12, you might get an idea of what you're going to do, and then you guys might do that all the way to about 3. Oh, lunch. There was a thing called rolling lunches where there was no set time to stop and people just get lunch when they have a break. And then you would, go all the way to 6 kind of thing. But there's also like rehearsal days where you might go into like Fox Studios, which is now Disney, and you go in there and rehearse.
Oh, wait, Fox Studios, which is now Disney, as in like actual Fox, as in like...
Yeah, it used to be called
Park?
Fox Studios. Yeah, it's called Disney Studios now.
Oh, when did that happen?
I don't know, about a couple of years ago when Disney bought Fox.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. I didn't realize that because Fox Studios, because I went to school next to there, right? So it's like...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because I went to Sydney Boys, so we're down the road from Fox Studios.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, so it's Disney. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
In Disney Studios. I had no idea.
Yeah. But those days you might go into a studio and then you might train up for whatever you got to do. And then we used to film Kitchen Whiz in there at Disney Studios now.
Wait, when was that? When did you film Kitchen Whiz? What year was that? 2015?
We started in 2011.
Oh, 2011. So I would have been going to high school while you were filming.
Yeah. We started in 2011 and we went for years after.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're in a big sound stage, stage 8.
Yeah.
And, you go in and there's a massive set.
Yeah.
And then, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool. It is cool. I've done the whole Hollywood tour thing, so I see all the sets that they have there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever go overseas to film and stuff like that? Or was it mainly Aussie stuff that you've worked on?
Well, when we shoot our K-pop interviews and stuff, we
that's
go to
obviously.
Korea and
Yeah.
shoot those. I've traveled with K-pop groups.
Yeah.
We've gone to China. We filmed stuff in the US.
Cool. Is that because of SBS?
Japan.
Or is that because of like something separate?
Both, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just some independent projects and also SBS stuff. Gone to Korea to shoot. We've toured with groups. Yeah,
So
toured
fun.
with groups all across Australia with, Jackson Wang?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, toured with Jackson Wang.
Wow. That's huge.
That was, I can't believe it sometimes. I'm like, wow.
You hung out with Jackson Wang.
Because when you see them on TV or on like music videos, they seem like so untouchable and unreachable.
And then here you are hanging out with every single one of them.
Well, and when you meet them in real life, it doesn't feel like that's the person in the music video.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is
So
it
grateful.
very different sometimes? Like you meet them in person versus like.
Yeah, because they're so nice. Like
Oh, really?
they're just so
You've
approachable.
never met anyone that's really like nasty. Well, we
They're
won't
generally
mention
so
names, but yeah.
Yeah, they're generally really approachable.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
That's so good. I think that's quite rare, nowadays. I mean, with social media and stuff like that, how many influencers have we met before that are kind of like so snobby and
Tell me a story about a snobby influencer you've met or something. Like what went down?
it's not. I don't have any like real like deep stories because I hear a lot of other stuff, right? But the most common one you'll get with influencers is they'll scam you.
That was scam you?
Yeah, like
How do influencers
they'll-
scam you?
Yeah, so they'll promise you certain things, like whether or not you're working with them, you're collaborating with them, and you might pay them. They might just run off. They won't deliver on their content, or they won't do whatever you want to. I've heard of a lot of stories with collaborations where influencers will come on board. They don't do their part, but they've already taken your money. So there's a lot of things like that that happen out there in the influencer world, right? I don't know how that really compares with a lot of celebrities. A lot of my friends aren't celebrities, but I do know a lot of influencers, whereas you know a lot of celebrities.
Right.
So I wonder if it's really like super different between the two categories of famous people.
Yeah. What I've noticed about,
Yeah.
say, celebrities or K-pop stars, is generally the middle management have take part. There's a lot of
They're like a lot more controlling and
yeah.
organization.
There's a lot more conversation in that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chit chat before it even reaches the artist.
Do the artists make the final call, or does management just go, "Hey, you got to go do this," and they just do it?
It depends.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sometimes you don't know what the artist really wants.
Yeah.
But the management has just said a lot of things.
Yeah. I
So
think
like,
that's
hang
what
on
a
a
lot.
minute.
Yeah.
He asked for 50 pizzas. How many people in the group?
I swear, there's only 4 of you.
Yeah. Well, they must be hungry.
Yeah, exactly. That
Like,
must be
hang on a
yeah.
minute. Yeah.
That must be really interesting because when you do meet a lot of these obviously celebrities, and I think there's a lot of like chatter about Korean like society as well, like K-pop and stuff like that with management, and there's always a lot of hearsay. Have you seen much of that, like super controlling management and agencies and stuff like that?
Oh, I've heard things.
Yeah, you know how we all hear it, like it's like a very controlling group. They're very powerful, this and that. They make people's careers, break people's careers, etc., etc.
I mean, I can understand sometimes because they're looking after a multi-billion, billion-dollar
Definitely billion.
organization. And so they must set boundaries and be super strict on their artist's image and all that. So I do get where they're coming from. But there's definitely a way to do it. And I think the great ones always stick around and they generally do really well. But the bad ones just get weeded out, I think.
Yeah, does happen, hey.
Yeah.
K-pop is like so. I think K-pop has actually, and you're probably perfectly timed for this. Like you entered, SBS PopAsia at when I guess K-pop was kind of growing in my generation, and then now K-pop's just become a whole new animal. It's like
Exactly.
so globalized. It's
Yeah,
so
they're,
like
they're selling stadiums here.
Yeah.
Which is insane in Australia. Yeah.
you would have never thought that, and then you're pretty much at the cusp of it. You're like the face of Asian pop in Australia.
It's just pure luck.
But hey, luck is opportunity meets opportunity meets preparedness, right? And you were just in the right place, right time.
It's because of the commerce degree I did.
You reckon?
No.
University got you it?
Yeah, I got there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just super lucky, but yeah.
So what's a normal kind of like routine for you? Because are you still filming every day, or are you still doing stuff all the time? How does it work for you on a daily basis?
If an opportunity comes past, I'll have a look at it.
Yeah.
And, if I can help or do something, I'll start working around that and building that out. But when we are shooting,
How often do you shoot? Because you're mainly shooting for SBS PopAsia now, or are you doing more like side gigs?
bit of side stuff, mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, just if something comes up and if I can help promote, or say Squid Game came around and was able to do a bunch of stuff around that.
Oh yeah, how was that? Because that
awesome.
That was like a huge promotional event, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
So great to be involved in that, and going to Korea and meeting the stars.
Oh, so you went to Korea as well for the Squid Game stuff?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then went to like their red carpets and awesome opportunity.
Wow.
Just working and seeing how Netflix works.
Yeah.
And they're a real tight ship.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Netflix very different to, for example, like Disney, and very different to even like ABC, SBS, Channel 9, all of this sort of stuff? How different is it?
What I've found about the streaming services, they run a really tight ship.
They're full commercialized, like proper business structures,
tech
systems. Tech bros, and systems and SOPs and all that sort of stuff.
But everyone's so nice there as well. Like it's a weird. They're just so got their finger on the pulse and so nice, and they're just so really good at their job. Like they really hire the best people.
Wow.
In their field, and it really does show.
Is there a Netflix office in Sydney?
Yeah, there
There
is.
is.
Yeah. Fun fact, the director of content used to be Vietnamese. She just stepped down recently.
Oh, really?
I thought that was really interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Head of Australia.
Yeah.
Netflix was a Vietnamese woman. Yeah.
There you go. Wow.
But anyway, everybody else at Netflix in Australia is like super, really switched on, really good. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
It's insane. They just pick good talent,
That's
all about
I mean that's
people.
important. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're competing against all the traditional media companies.
Yeah.
You got to have the best.
How do you pick your people?
Oh, good question. I do like testing people, and I think a judge of character, or like a test of character, is more important often than the skill set itself, like, or whatever hard skills they can bring to the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, character I think for me is the most important. Whether they're trustworthy, whether they're reliable, whether they're sort of ambitious, proactive, like all of those sort of things are quite important to me. Compared to someone who might be more skillful and have a really horrible experience with you and bad relationship with you. I think ultimately it depends on how strong of a relationship you can potentially craft with your members of your team. Because the better the relationship, the more efficient, the more effective everyone is. Whereas the worse the relationship, eventually becomes transactional. And a transactional relationship within a small business or a startup is quite detrimental, I think, a lot of the times. Because if people can't see the vision or the mission that's ahead, then you might as well go get a job in a big corporate firm, get 150K, 200 grand a year, and just call it a day. But if you want to be a part of a mission, or you want to be a part of like a vision and do things that are slightly different to your traditional 9 to 5, then it requires a different type of mindset, psychology.
Can you tell us a bit about your mission?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think with what I'm trying to do is I really want to, especially with Point 01. Point 01 for me is a massive passion project that's been years in the making. I actually, for a lot of people who don't know, started a podcast back in 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, 2013, 2014. This is like podcast mainstream era.
100%.
And there weren't many podcasts. But
Ahead of your time.
yeah, and I was just passionate about stories. I really enjoyed finding stories, because for me, what changed my life were hearing stories on stage from big speakers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was really transformative for me, because every time I would go to an event, for example, I would have a notebook and I just fill it with notes. And I realized that for me is, if I could do the same for other people, I think that would really help me. I feel very fulfilled when I'm able to provide value for people's lives. And that for me, like Point 01 is probably the epitome of that at this stage of my life, like what I can do best to give back. Because I've created a pretty good network of friends and clients and, just acquaintances that can potentially share huge value, especially in the Aussie space.
Yeah.
And I really want to bring people together to do it.
So tell us a bit about, the different businesses that you've built and how that has now resulted to this, and some of the lessons you've learned on the way.
I think like with the businesses that I've built, it really gives me the opportunity to do something like this. For a lot of people, like we were talking about prior to filming today, is so many people have podcasts, right? Every man and their dog has a podcast. Everyone's like, yeah, I'm a podcast host, I'm a podcaster, whatever. And that's great, no doubt, right? And I think it's fantastic people are doing stuff. But because it is such a saturated space now where podcasting is so common ground, I think, honestly, if I didn't have the businesses, I couldn't do what I do today. The businesses for me has just become it's become something that allows me to be self-funded, do things myself, and actually spend and invest money on things that I'm passionate about. And I'm very grateful that we've built successful businesses that allow me to do that. I mean, like even this studio cost me, somewhere around 60 to 80 grand to put together all the equipment, the time, the effort,
Which
the
you've
energy,
built yourself.
which I built myself, right?
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
So good.
So and
Even
there's still
built
more.
this mic.
Yeah, I even put it together. I went to the factory in China and I put it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like that for me, it's my vision for this is really to bring together some of the best voices in Australia.
Yeah.
Especially from the Asian background as well, or the ethnic background, in the minority space, and really kind of share these stories, because people will notice that when I'm recording these podcasts, a lot of people I bring on, they're not famous, or like I'm not here to chase clout or anything like that. It's literally I'm picking the people that I find have the most interesting, inspiring stories, which really, make them these 0.01 percenters. Like they're very unique. They're not NPCs, right? Like these guys are actually out there doing, creating, achieving.
Yeah.
That's my vision, is to do it, because you got to put the time and energy into this.
Well, I've got to ask also, because you asked me, what did your parents think? Like, did you do a uni degree?
I did.
Like, how did you end up starting your own businesses, and like, what's your parent?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I think for me, it was my parents have always been supportive, much like yours. They've always been a big believer in, if you feel like you want to do it, or you feel like this is the right thing to do it, because we trust that we have raised you in the right way to make the right decisions. That's kind of like, where my parents came from.
Yep.
And I'm very grateful for that, because I do think that they have raised me to be in the right mindset, at least. So, I'm not making stupid decisions out there and, doing things that might ruin my life. So, I'm very grateful for my parents for that. But for me, I did do a uni degree. I went to Sydney Uni. I studied a science degree.
Did you?
Yeah, I got a bachelor's in science. I majored in nutrition and metabolism and minored in physiology. So I was very passionate about the human body and health and nutrition. I was a personal trainer. My journey into business was more of we didn't start in this world from a position of wealth. My parents are first generation immigrants. So for them, it was very hard. My parents' stories are probably more inspiring than mine. Yeah. And they've worked hard to give me and my brother opportunity in this life. So I can't drop the ball there. We weren't wealthy growing up. They were small business owners. They were struggling. We were, paycheck to paycheck, if not behind paycheck most of the time. Watching my parents growing up, they suffered a lot. They suffered a lot. They had small businesses. We had shoe shops. So we had one in Cogra, one in Riverwood, one in Marylands. And then also on the weekend, we went to do Paddy's Market, Parkley Market. So we did all markets on the weekend, 3 o'clock, wake up, set up the shop, whole day, get home, 10 p.m., like every weekend, me and my brother, up until the age of like 12. So yeah, grew up in the markets, grew up in the shops, never had daycare or childcare, couldn't afford it. Grandparents looked after us until I was like 6-ish. So I have a lot of traditional lessons from my grandparents, which I'm very grateful for. And then, business was just one of those things for me that was like, how can I not be poor? My parents were always struggling. Like I always only wore secondhand clothes. All my books were hand-me-downs. I wanted a Game Boy because everyone had a Game Boy in school, and my parents couldn't afford to give that to me. So it was like, how do we get that for our son? And they used their credit card points for their shop, right? They used the credit card points. They got me a Game Boy. They didn't realize a Game Boy needed games. So I had a Game Boy with no games, right? So it was stuff like that. Like that was the kind of childhood that I had. I shared everything with my brother. Yeah. So we had a very close relationship when we were young. And I was very fortunate. My parents were very big into personal development. Okay. And then, for my 12th birthday, I really wanted like a Harry Potter book, the newest one at that time. And instead of getting me Harry Potter, my parents got me Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They go, if you read this could possibly change your life. And from there, that was where it was,
Yeah, right.
The ESBI and then the quadrants. And I was like, oh shit. So employee, self-employed business owner, and then investor. So I was like, all right.
And also having that backing.
Yeah.
The shoe shop.
Yeah, so the shoe shop. That's right. So I learned all my skills there. I never took money from my parents. My parents couldn't afford to give me like pocket money like the other kids did. Yeah. My parents used to go, okay, cool. We don't want you to feel left out. So we can give you $20 a week. That's it for your lunches, whatever. So, and that was only very early on. And then I got a job at 14 because I was like, I don't need your money anymore.
Yeah.
So essentially I told my parents, don't worry about giving me a cent. You know, take all my money, pay for rent for the shop. I know you guys are falling behind, blah, blah, blah. So whatever savings they put aside for me, gave back to my parents.
Yeah.
And then, I started from zero. And then at 14, I got my first job in a fruit shop. And, off I went.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so that was my background. And then building the businesses, it's just been a passion of figuring it out. I just love challenges. I love problems. I love creating solutions to them. And I've done, I think, 16, 17 businesses now, and not all of them have done well. Some haven't even gotten off the ground, but you invest hundreds of hours into it. Some I've lost tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on. But you get to where you are today and you just look back and you go, fuck, well, it's been a ride. I'm not where I want to be yet, but
Exactly.
still keep going.
Best, better than a degree.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And then somewhere along the way, I've actually been to an audition once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What'd you audition for?
It was for a TV ad.
Okay.
I didn't make it. I didn't make the cut.
At least you got in the room.
Yeah,
That's
and then
half the battle.
a couple of years ago, Married at First Sight reached out for maths.
Yeah.
To audition for maths. I got it through to stage 2, but they're
Okay.
like, you're too young.
Like-
I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. Because I was like 25, 26, I think.
Okay.
I'm
ready to get married.
Yeah, I know, literally, right? Literally, I think maths would be interesting. You do it to get famous nowadays, right? That's what
Yeah.
everyone's doing. You do it for your business. You do it to get famous. You don't do it because you really want to get married.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that world of like showbiz is such an interesting world because it's so hyper competitive. And it's like everyone's dream to be like a famous actor or something.
Right. Yeah. And the landscape's changed so much.
Has it?
I mean, back in the day, this doesn't relate to me at all.
Yeah.
But you know how the movie stars are kind of, that era's moved on. You know how it's less about movie stars. Back in the day, they created Tom Cruises and Brad Pitts.
Yeah.
And, now it's, I guess there's still like Timothy Chalamet but it's less of a thing, because of, the rise of the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of there's all these influencers and people can just create their own fame nowadays, I guess. So
Yes.
yeah. How do you find that? What's your perspective on that? Actually, because you being in showbiz, what's your take on social media? Like, what's the impact of it, and what's the the use case for social media for other people who want to get into showbiz, for example?
Well, when we worked on our television show, and it was radio as well, eventually our ratings were going down, and we're like, where is our audience?
Yeah.
And our digital segments were doing really well.
Yeah.
And it was getting viral reach.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, clearly everyone's on the internet.
Yeah.
So we should lower our resources on, some traditional media.
Yeah.
And build more digital assets.
Interesting.
And then we're like, okay, we just got to go where the audience is. And so, we all learned how to be more social savvy.
Yeah.
Create better copy, better segments for online first, vertical shooting.
Yeah.
And we just saw the change in that.
How did TV, how everyone always goes like, they get ratings and stuff. How do they actually track that? Because on the internet, you got things like cookies and stuff, right? How do you actually track viewership on a TV station?
We used to get a report that we could log into.
So people can actually track like whose TV is broadcasting that.
Yeah. I'm probably butchering this, but from what I remember, someone told me this years ago.
Yeah.
It was, maybe again, this is an old way of doing it, but there used to be a TV box that they had on top of the TVs. Oh my God, this is so old.
Yeah.
But and someone would have a controller and like link in. But yeah, that used to be the way how they would get ratings.
Interesting.
But now, if it goes on stuff like demand or
Yeah.
whatever, they can clearly see
Yeah,
that.
of course.
But back in those days, in terms of TV ratings,
Yeah.
it was something around a box.
Yeah. All right.
A box that people had on the TV. Yeah.
Interesting. There you go.
Fuck. We're going to ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, because this is definitely not going to appear on TV, but it'll be on YouTube.
Can your next guest
Yeah.
be ChatGPT?
I think so. Let's just do a full 2-hour interview with
just
ChatGPT.
talking to
And be like,
ChatGPT.
sorry, you have run out of credits. Please upgrade to our next package.
Yeah, which is like $300.
Yeah, $300 a month, enterprise package. Then you can ask me more questions. That's how it works. That's so
that was
AI is
random.
interesting.
Yeah.
No, it's such an interesting thing. I think the world is evolving so rapidly. Where do you kind of see the future to be like for yourself then?
Just pairing up with AI.
Yeah, but like Jarvis, right? You'll be the next Iron Man.
Yeah.
Vietnamese Iron Man. I mean, the Stark Tower is in Vietnam anyway, so.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
they have the
The actual, like, the
they
the
do have
helipad
that thing.
Yeah.
What a copy. I want to do segments still.
Okay.
Like, you know, I really, two things. I really want to work with great people and people that I've had on my list.
Yeah.
I want to collaborate and continue working with them.
Like K-pop people or like?
Oh, yeah, K-pop and just like creatives that I've worked with before and I want to work with in the future.
Yeah.
I really want to continue creating great segments with people because I think I've just had the best time in my career, in my life, just working with good people, right? Yeah. And just create segments.
Oh, that's cool.
Create shows and see where that goes.
No more acting or more so hosting?
Again, like some of these projects are acting related.
Okay.
Just see what. I don't want to jinx it.
True. We don't want to jinx it. Touch wood.
But hopefully, yeah. How about you?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think the future is going to be very volatile at this stage anyway, like with all the political stuff and global events, etc. But I think there's always one thing that's going to be true, which is going to be I will continue pursuing, my vision and my dream of creating the sort of success that I'm looking for, right? So I want to have the freedom. I want to be able to inspire. I want to be able to give back and serve. But all whilst at the same time having fun doing it. I think life is such a endless adventure, right? So many people are stuck just doing the same thing over and over again. For me, like every year I do something new. So so every year I pick one activity that I'm going to learn and get good at and do well. Last year was shooting. So I got into shooting, target shooting. I'm getting better at it. It's still quite difficult. You're learning about your gun and learning about how much money, and it takes a shitload of money to put behind it to get the right scopes, the right ammo, the right rifles, etc.
Do you have an issue going through airports?
Well, I don't carry my guns through airports.
No, but like, because I remember working with stunt guys and guys that do.
Oh, they have like
explosives.
weaponry and
they do explosives, and their hands get on explosives.
Oh,
and so it gets picked up.
Interesting.
When they go through.
True, because I would have like gunpowder. Stuff like that. Yeah.
So that.
That's interesting. Well, I haven't really shot a gun and then gone to the airport yet, so maybe I'll try that next time. We'll see how we go. Get picked up by the detection machine. Yeah. No, I haven't had that issue yet. But yeah, this year I bought a boat, so I've been fishing every weekend.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I love fishing.
Bought a boat.
Yeah. A small one.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then, I've just been trying all these new things, and I think life is about that, right? New experiences and doing things that most people won't do.
Yeah. Have you been in a corporate environment?
No, I haven't been in a corporate environment. I haven't been in the 9 to 5. What's the most corporate I would have done? Yeah, nothing really. Probably like what? When I was a personal trainer, that's not even corporate, but it was like 5 a.m.s till 5 p.m.s. That's probably it. Like the most in terms of structured working for someone else is probably when I was in the fitness industry.
Okay.
Never really in a corporate environment where there was, middle management, upper management, all that sort of stuff. Never really had that. I think it's just I never really wanted to do that. It was just something that I was like, this experience seems boring. I don't want to do it.
And you are right.
Yeah. I was like, I'd much rather get paid less doing what I love than get paid more doing like cog work. Just being a.
But I mean, it works for some people.
Yeah, if you love it, you love it.
Yeah,
if you love it, no
works for some
judgment.
people, like,
and a lot of my corporate friends, they're on like $300-400 grand a year, so like it definitely works for them. By all means. So yeah, good for them. Very happy for them. And if they're doing well and they get great labels, senior management this, partner this, whatever.
Yeah,
love it.
Good for them. Yeah.
But for me, it's like building things like this. This is what I love. It costs me a shitload of money, but
it's awesome.
You do it. You create it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what
fulfilling.
Absolutely. Yeah. What's the sort of like top 3 sort of actors that you would love to work with?
Oh, I had a chance a couple of years ago to interview Donnie Yen.
Oh,
I would love to work with him.
Yeah. So you've interviewed Donnie already?
I have, yeah.
How is he?
He talks a lot.
Does he?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great because you just ask him something and he'll just like tell you this massive, amazing story.
That's so unexpected.
And then he would just, because he has a wealth of experience. He's
imagine.
like 62 now or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just been through a lot, and he works really hard and is really intense.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
What background is Donnie? Is he mainland China? Or is he
I know he speaks
Hong Kong?
Cantonese.
I think it's Hong Kong, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe the Hong Kong
Yeah.
movie scene's huge. I mean, like you've got like Jackie Chan as well and stuff.
Yeah. He speaks very good at
Yeah.
English.
Yeah. Have you met Jackie?
I have met him, but I haven't interviewed him.
professionally.
Yeah.
You don't have much time left. I mean, you should probably try to interview him. He's getting old.
Oh, no.
I love Jackie. I've seen
Yeah.
every single one of his movies. I grew up
He's the
watching his. I love
best.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Classic, like if you're thinking Asian actors, like Jackie would be top.
Yeah.
Top.
100%. Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many great Asian talent nowadays. Yeah. In the K-pop scene, I wouldn't mind doing some old school K-pop, like they're not really
What,
old
like
school.
2 p.m.
Big Bang.
Big Bang. Oh,
Yeah, do Big
Taeyang.
Bang. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we've come close.
You've never interviewed Taeyang?
No, we've come close, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That'll be cool.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, you said you've done J Park already, right? Have you done
Jay Park, yeah,
He's like one of the classics as well, isn't he?
yeah, really cool, dude.
Yeah.
These guys are like real hustlers, hey.
Oh yeah,
They just
I'd imagine
work
so.
really
They
hard.
work like they're workhorses, aren't they? Like
Yeah,
they do huge hours. Their agency pushes them to the brink of death, pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they're the CEO of their own agencies, kind of
Yeah.
thing as well. So you got some J Park vibes.
I have J Park vibes.
yeah, you run this ship. Like,
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. J Park vibes is good. I'll take that compliment. I'll take it.
yeah.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, who else would I work with? I don't know. Yeah.
We've checked off Simu as well. Simu's also another, not so much up and coming anymore. He's a pretty big Asian actor now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably one of the top Asian actors now.
Yeah. And he's so switched on.
Is he?
Really smart.
He's very smart, yeah. I've heard he's like really intelligent.
Yeah.
Like he went
for
to like
sure.
good schools and stuff as well. Did he?
I'm
Probably
not,
did.
I'm not sure exactly what school he went to, but he's definitely a really smart guy. And
Yes.
yeah,
Simu,
most-
please confirm. You're a very smart guy. Please confirm. How's actually working with him on Shang-Chi? How was that?
because he's number one on the call sheet,
Yeah.
which kind of means like he's like God.
Yeah.
He's almost untouchable
Oh, really?
to talk to.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
You're on this kind of hierarchy where there's like 1,000 people on set,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's number one.
Yeah. What were you doing on Shang-Chi? Were you like
I
martial
was
arts stuff?
doing martial arts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Special ability they called us. So we did the Entalo fight scene,
big one.
doing lots of background fighting around the main action.
Yeah.
Which required like martial arts,
Yeah.
weaponry, and that kind of stuff. And they put us in different scenes throughout the film. That was really cool. But yeah, because he's number one on the call sheet, right? Like, he's literally God on set. And I remember one day I'm just like small department, stunt department, but like small
Yeah.
guy. And he walked over to say hi, and everyone's like, who's he talking to?
oh my
Just-
God.
He like gave me so much clout in that moment.
Insta clout.
I was like, oh, thank you, the touch of God.
Wait, did you meet him before that, or was that the first time you
Oh
met
no,
him?
I met him.
Oh, you met him
that,
before.
yeah,
You met
yeah.
him before. Yeah.
So he came over to say hi.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
How'd you meet him? Interview?
through a friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I've interviewed lots of Asian Americans.
Yeah.
We like doing Wong Fu or
Oh, yeah.
like,
Wong Fu film.
we did interview lots of Asian Americans like Arden Cho, I don't know,
Yeah.
Cho and
Arden Cho.
others. But they're all interconnected, like Asian American actors and stuff like that.
Well, I guess it's kind of like us here, right? Like the
Yeah.
Asian community is quite small. There's not
Yeah.
many. There's not many of us, and if we invite each other to stuff, we hope to invite each other back and forth. That's kind of how it works here.
Yeah. And at that period of time, someone made the connection, lived nearby where Simi was staying, and then we just hung out heaps, went to lots of award ceremonies together, and just
Oh, that's so cool.
it's a
cool
cool
is that?
time.
That's so
It's a
cool.
time. Yeah, and it's great to see him like to become super famous.
Oh yeah,
it was always
he's-
going to happen.
Yeah,
but like,
he's crushing it. He's definitely stepped into that space of like Asian male lead actors kind of.
Yeah.
vibe. Yeah.
and as a whole, we all used to play basketball. And,
Yeah.
do lots of things.
There you go. Simu's
It was
mate.
cool. I was like, whoa. Yeah, he's just an all-round talented smart guy.
Yeah. That's cool.
Good for him.
Yeah. And he's doing that Shark Tank thing as well as a Dragon's Den or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I remember watching him his roast of that boba. I don't know.
Yeah,
have you seen
yeah,
The
that was
whole
that-
thing.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, very controversial.
Yeah, would you ever pitch for Shark Tank?
I've been asked to be a pitcher, not obviously a shark. To be a shark would be great. I'd love to be a shark. I think that'll be a very, very fun journey. But I'll need to be a lot more successful. But yeah, to pitch on Shark Tank, I think we were asked for season 1 to pitch Cheeky Glow.
Yeah, tell us a bit about Cheeky Glow.
Yeah, so Cheeky Glow was a brand I started with my ex-girlfriend. We were together at the time when we started it. This was during COVID. We built that business and she had just gotten back from China. And for me, what was I doing? I just got back from the US. So I was in LA at the time. I had to come back to get my visa sorted. She was overseas in China doing like an exchange. And then she had to come back because of COVID lockdowns. And then, so, she was out of a job and I've always been entrepreneurial. So I was like, I'll support your dreams. We'll start a business. And we started Cheeky Glow end of 2020. So almost 5 years now, the business. And we've grown, like it's become one of Australia's most viral self-care beauty brands. We were like one of the OG TikTok businesses that blew up.
Wow.
Like early days, because TikTok was in Australia in 2018, I think it was, or 2019. TikTok first launched, and then there were not many businesses on it. It was a lot of just random things, a lot of people doing whatever. I jumped on TikTok because I knew in China Douyin was very big, which is actual TikTok.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, what if we use this for business, right? Because there's always been a wave of Instagram. So I was like, well, TikTok's new. Let's try it. And then I was like, let me experiment myself, figure it out, see if I can figure out something. So I started posting content. And my 5th video, I think, blew up, got 3.5 million views. And I was like the top travel influencer for like a brief 1 to 2 weeks whilst I dominated that travel hashtag. And 3 million views when TikTok first started was massive. That was massive.
Yeah.
Massive. And then I was like, look, I just got 3 million views from an 8-second video or whatever it was. I was like, we need to do this. Like, we need to monetize somehow. And then when we started the business, we started posting TikToks. I think 4th or 5th video sold out. That was it. And then from there, I invested every dollar back into the business, and we grew from there.
Wow.
And then Cheeky Glow is now one of the most viral brands in.
Is it face masks and?
So no, we started with exfoliation.
Okay.
So we started with exfoliation, bath care, shower care. So head scrubbers for like dandruff. You've got back scrubbers to exfoliate and clean your back. You've got gloves. It helps you get rid of dead skin and dirt, face mitts, all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
And then we started now to get into more cosmetics and skincare as well.
Oh, cool.
So we're starting to get into that side of things. We do all the formulations ourselves. We search, we work with scientists and formulators and labs. We work on formulas together and we test a shitload so that we're happy because, we believe in we won't sell anything to anyone that we won't personally use.
Yeah, that's why your skin looks so good.
Oh, thanks, bro.
And your hair.
Talk about yourself. So we did that, and I think season 1 Shark Tank, because we were super viral at the time, they approached us, and we were kind of like, we don't really need it, and I don't really want to go on a show to reveal like our private numbers and stuff like that. Yeah. If we didn't need actual funding, but in hindsight, I probably should have just done it for the free publicity.
Yeah, right.
Which is why people go on Shark Tank anyway.
Right.
For publicity. And then they can just clip that and then use that as an ad.
Exactly.
As seen on Shark Tank. But hindsight I should have. But now I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It is what it is. More opportunities will come. And if we want to do it, we just do it. Yeah.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
I found it really interesting, like brands like Five Guys.
Yeah.
And they don't really have a marketing budget.
Yep.
Right? It's all word of mouth. And I'm sure that comes across here.
Yeah, I mean,
really
we spend a lot of marketing now because you just have to. In the e-commerce space, it's so competitive, especially beauty.
Right.
have to advertise. Like, just being word of mouth is extremely difficult to sustain long term. Yeah, maybe half a year, 1 year you can do it, which is what we did. Like for about a good half a year, we didn't need to run ads. We didn't need to spend money on marketing.
Yeah.
But then if you really want to be aggressive and you want to be the best,
You just got to pay to
you have
play.
to pay to play. Like the big guys all paying to play, they'll just eventually squish you out if you don't. So you have to grab market share as you can. So yeah, it's pretty competitive. It's pretty cutthroat. So we have to keep innovating, keep spending.
Is it the same with content?
Yeah, I mean it is the same. At the end of the day, like there's always going to be different TV stations, for example, even copying your segments or doing similar segments.
Oh right, yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure you would have seen those. You know?
Nothing's new, right?
Everything's cyclical. It just goes around. Yeah. It might go from A to B, but between B to C, it changes form slightly, and just keeps growing. And everyone's just borrowing everyone's
ideas. Yeah, borrowing.
Yes, borrowing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's the interesting part about life, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. How have you found like your kind of TV experience compared to your working experience? Have you liked that? Because TV is not super consistent, right? Like it's up and downs. There's a lot of times waiting between jobs and stuff like that. How have you found that compared to like a stable kind of income?
Yeah, well, definitely in the earlier years, going to auditions and getting an ad here and there, or getting a guest spot on a television show here and there.
Yeah,
it's like super exciting and it's really awesome.
Did it pay a lot back then as well? Like,
it depends on the gig.
Okay.
But there's set rates that you get that are set by the union, which is the Media Entertainment Alliance.
Is that like $1 per hour kind of deal, or is it like a?
There's like day rates. Okay. So it just depends on the production, Okay. So there's a base rate, and then you just kind of negotiate up from that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just say if you have more experience, or you can bring in an audience. Your agency generally negotiates up from that, and you could get paid per episode or for the project as a whole.
Yeah,
and you could get residuals. Things like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so, things I didn't know about.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, cool.
If you without going too into detail, without breaching any sort of NDAs or privacy, what's the sort of what do people get like per episode? How do they even residuals? How do they even calculate residuals? How does that even work? Like,
that's a good question.
How do you know how many times you've been played?
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but I think it's just more around, I don't know. It's too.
I mean, like
big
Netflix makes sense. Netflix, you can probably get a gauge.
Yeah, but I know Kitchen Whiz got sold.
Oh, it got sold
into other territories,
right?
Like Ireland and New Zealand and things like that. I think, and more, and also different ads I've worked on. Say originally it was for a territory like Italy or something, and it gets sold across Europe.
Yeah,
and you get paid
extra
for every country it goes into. Yeah,
like the same rate. Let's just say, like, if Ireland was $5,000 for the ad. Does that mean that when it moves over to like different parts of Europe,
you get this exact
$5,000?
Oh,
per
I mean,
country?
it's based on your contract.
Yeah.
But generally, with that contract, you got paid
$5,000 per territory
for every territory.
Oh, that's so. Cool.
And then just say if they use it, say the deal was for a year, 12 months. Say if they renew it the next year, you get paid for every territory again.
The same rate or discount? Like
you get the same rate. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so those deals are really cool.
Yeah,
that's great.
Good money.
Like if you get them.
Yeah.
But back on the security thing, I was just so used to attending so many auditions and just going on contract.
Yeah.
That I think at that time I was like, I wouldn't mind a secure job.
Really?
Like, wow, I've been really insecure for so long. But it's just the norm, right? It was the absolute norm. I didn't even know what it felt like to have a secure job.
That's right.
And I think even when I started to work for a network full time, I didn't think it was secure. Like I was just, always on edge. Which was good. But to eventually get some sort of security, pros and cons. You kind of just you slack off a little bit.
I
don't think you slack off, but like
it's not as uptight anymore.
Yeah, it's not as uptight, and I don't know. It's probably not good for you. Yeah.
Being
Well, for
sub-
me,
for
sorry,
you, yeah,
it
yeah.
works for many people.
Yeah, yeah. Do you
but I
like
think-
the inconsistency, or are you more like a consistent? Do you feel like you like the consistency?
I think having multiple things going at the same time, because some things are a bit more secure than others.
Yep,
It's a
yep.
bit like picking stocks, right?
Yeah,
So
of
like
course.
defensive
Of course.
stocks.
Defensive
So
stocks.
I don't know
aggressive
why we're
stocks.
going into finance
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
going,
But
not financial advice, guys. Please don't take anything we talk about seriously here.
yeah, you know, just having some sort of just
Interesting.
some things that work.
Yeah.
Some things are pretty likely to get up.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
and other things are super risky. Yeah. So yeah,
What about you? Said you did radio as well, right?
yeah.
How does radio work? Like, I know I'm deep diving now into like how Australian media works in general. How does radio work? Is it the same thing as TV? Do you get paid per episode, or like? Is that,
I was on a salary contract.
Oh, so it's salary.
It's kind of like they'll pay you salary and then they'll just like get you to do as much as they can.
yeah, of course. That's how it works, right? That's always how it works.
But I've done guest spots on radio.
Does that pay, or is it kind of like just?
Yeah. That I have been paid and also just jumped on as a special guest or
Yep.
a specialist in a field.
Yep.
Yeah, but generally it's around contract. And what's your question around radio? Just kind of
Just
like
like
how-
I'm just curious, and like how does radio compare to, like, for example, TV? Right? It's, you know, different pays and different structures, because radio is obviously it's vocal, and I think like you have, unless you're a talk show host on radio and you're on like all day or something like that, it might be different. But yeah, how does it work? Because I know, for example, like Carl and Jackie O, for example, they have a huge contract, right? Multi-million-dollar contract, and that's probably covers the whole year or multiple years. Is that the same thing for other radio hosts? Because there's a lot of radio hosts, right?
from what I understand, like Carl and Jackie O is like the top of
They're like the god tier.
the super god tier.
Yeah. I don't think anyone in the world makes more than they do. I think they're
Really?
like one of the top paid radio
Oh,
hosts
for
in the
sure.
world. Yeah.
Millions, right?
Tens of millions, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. But when we used to do our show, a lot of ads and stuff would go through the sales team
Yeah.
at our network, and then we would read stuff for Subway or
Oh, okay.
Sushi Hub.
Yeah.
But again, we were on a,
You guys are just salary based.
salary. Yeah. And we start off doing a 2-hour show,
Yeah.
5 to 7.
Wow. What did you talk about for like 2 hours every single day? Like, how do you get the
Oh,
content for
because we would have meetings during the day
Yeah.
or the week before to kind of like set out what we're doing Monday to Friday. We take stuff like reactive things that are happening, like if there were awards or someone's birthday, or just say before we play a song, it's an artist, and we would talk about him, lead into the song. We give away stuff.
Yeah.
We ran these massive competitions, getting fans in studio to watch us interview stars
cool.
and stuff. Yeah, and that went off like when we were choosing people to come in to watch BTS.
That would have been
The
crazy.
phones were off the
That would have
hook.
been
Oh,
crazy.
awesome time.
Yeah.
Gave away PlayStations, gave away. Yeah, we had a pretty big budget in terms of giveaways.
Yeah.
Not a massive budget, but it was pretty good. And we would banter. Me and my co-host at the time would just talk a lot. And
You guys have to-
and so we would refine our banter, and then we would have, I forgot what they're called, like listening sessions, like next day, and then we would listen to our segment, and then we'll be like, oh, how do we make that better? Or,
Oh, that's cool.
what was interesting about this segment?
Yeah.
Oh, the personal story worked. Maybe you should cut out the ums and here and yada yada. How do we refine that? And also we had a producer that could shorten our segments. Like they will record it in the break, and then they'll edit it, and then they'll put it to air to make it tighter and sharper.
Yeah.
And also during the day, you might also pre-record a bunch of the show, like recorded bits, interviews, and we would already edit that. Oh, wow. And then so when
Also,
it
it's
goes,
like same day editing, up it goes.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah.
fast. These
yeah,
guys
so
are
we
fast.
would do a live lead in.
Yeah.
And so, hey, we're just cutting over to Jamaica over in the studio, and then we will play the pre-recorded segment, which was super tight.
Yeah.
Or we would record the winner of something,
Yeah.
and we would, get their massive
Reaction.
reaction, but that would be edited, right? Because if we did it live, We don't,
You don't know what's
we
gonna
don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks, boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and just creating a really tight
Yeah.
2 hours, and then
That's interesting. How did the because I know all radio stations that give away massive prizes. How does that actually even contribute to the success of a radio station? Is it just bringing more viewership in? Is that how it works?
yeah,
It's like
it's
tens
heaps.
of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars of prizes.
Yeah, well, I think one of our KPIs was to draw audiences to our website and our app.
Yeah.
And like if they were downloading the
Which
app,
station were you on?
SBS.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been on segments on like ABC and Southern Cross and stuff. There's different goals and KPIs there, but for ours was to, draw an audience to a certain thing.
Yeah.
And if they were willing to spend, it's kind of like marketing spend. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we're going to just give it away and we could see a bit of a return,
Yeah.
let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. I think it's always so fascinating, right? Because a lot of people probably don't get to experience, radio hosts, TV hosts, whatever much. So understanding how that industry even works, a lot of people will probably be like clueless. A job is easy, right? You go to work, you do a job, you get paid. Like TV, all that sort of stuff. There's residuals, there's contracts, there's this, there's per episodes, or there's per hourly, or whatever it is. It's all super different and super unique, I think.
Yeah. And one thing I got to learn was to panel your own show, you panel your own radio show.
Okay. How does that work?
I know it's been a while, but you get a panel in front of you if you're recording your own show. And you have a co-host. So like on air, tap on, volumes up, cutting to segments, cut to other mic,
So
cut
you
to
do
the
that.
phone.
So it's like our little switch over there.
Yeah. But on radio.
On radio, right.
So cut to the phone calls, switching.
And you do that yourself? Or you just
We learned how to do it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like one person would panel. Yeah. But a producer could also panel as well. And that was really
Well,
cool.
I guess this is kind of like a radio show now, right? I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
we're just
exactly.
bantering, talking back and forth. And if we can do this for
and
2 hours.
someone is paneling. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're filming our own radio show right now. It's the Andy and Alan show right now.
Yeah. This is kind of
Welcome
like the
back,
future.
guys. Yeah,
This
that's
is the
right.
future.
That's right. Well, I guess that's what podcasting is nowadays. It does make sense.
And radio was like OG streaming.
Yeah, that's true. Radio was OG streaming, right? And then so now it's evolving and everything's going online.
We used to actually stream our shows.
Oh,
Yeah,
As well.
I forgot what it's called, iStream or whatever
okay.
it is. And we had a dedicated fandom. Oh, and then we had tweets
Yeah.
that we would vote for the number one song
Yeah.
and
And then you'll play
hashtag.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it got popular in, say, the Philippines, if there was a Filipino thing.
So wait, so does the SBS stuff get streamed out? Well, it's international, isn't it? It never
Yeah.
gets streamed out.
It is, yeah.
Wow. So where was the majority of your viewership for SBS?
I think
Pop?
it changed, but we had a pretty big Filipino audience.
Oh yeah, I think the Filipinos love K-pop. They love it. They froth it.
And they really get on with the voting. And all
Yeah.
so-
I think Asian countries do. Western countries, they just don't give a fuck. If you put up like a poll, you get like 3 votes. And then, and then in Asia, it's like 10 million versus 4 million.
Who's this guy?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. I think, you've shared a lot with us today as well. It's been pretty fascinating as well to dive into kind of your mind. What's your mindset kind of like leading into, for example, a role? I know before we even started, you were kind of doing like some vocal exercises, stuff like that, which I don't even know if we have on camera. It'd be funny if we do. But yeah, I mean, what's it like? What goes through your head, for example, when you're on set on Shang-Chi or on set on Wolverine? Did you meet Hugh, by the way, on Wolverine?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? How was that?
I mean, I was a small cog in a
cog.
big machine.
Yeah,
but yeah, he was a really nice guy.
Yeah. How, like, what goes through your head before you kind of get on camera, get on radio? Like, what's the sort of self-talk that actually happens?
I mean, I'm sure it's different for everybody, but my little process comes from some of the acting training where, when you get into a scene, it's like, and scene, like action, and then you do the scene and then you finish. It's kind of similar for me, like, because I guess that's how I was taught. Just getting into like visualizing what you want the segment to look like and feel like, memorizing the type of lines you're going to say and deliver, the points you're going to hit, and just preparing yourself for that. And lots of visualization, vocal warm-ups, rapport building, and technical aspects as well. So it's doing as much rehearsal as I can prior to the day or time, so just don't screw it up.
Can you even screwing up is bad. I mean, we
I've
do
done
see
it
it
plenty
happen.
of times,
We see it happen all the time. Because is TV live TV? If you screw up, it's so obvious. But
Or live radio.
Or live radio. But pre-recorded stuff, you can obviously the team will edit that out, right?
Sorry?
Would the team edit it out, like all the pre-recorded stuff? I mean, surely they would.
Pre-recorded.
Yeah, any sort of shows that you do, movies, shows when you're acting or when you're on show, like on set hosting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how like when you guys make mistakes, it just simply gets cut out.
Sometimes it doesn't get cut out.
Really?
Yeah, because
adds to it.
sometimes it's too long, or you have an editor that has a particular style.
Gotcha.
Or just sometimes editors are doing a lot of work. They've got to put together a segment, they've got to grade it, they've got to do something, and they might just miss this small bit, which doesn't really mean much. But it might mean a lot to you.
Yeah.
Like, I just look like an idiot.
Yeah.
I would have cut that out.
Yeah.
But so that happens all the time. And, it can make a segment feel cringe or or if the energy is too low, you got to bump up the music or whatever.
Yeah. Have you ever had we've only talked about really the positive and kind of growth aspects of your career so far, but have you had any sort of negative downturn periods in your career as well? Like, have you ever had a time where, I don't know, you might have said something or it's gone controversial, you copped a lot of flame online or anything like that? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, it's happened once when I something I said got taken out of context in regards to a fandom.
Oh, typical.
Yeah, but it was also because it was lost in translation. Yeah, so, you might say something.
And what was it translated to Korean?
Filipino.
Oh, translated Tagalog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the segment was taken and it was translated and it made it sound like I was said something I didn't. And then I looked on my Twitter one night and I was like, oh my God, I got lots of fans tonight.
And
it was just like,
this guy.
I was like,
He's
whoa. But yeah, that was corrected easily.
Yeah.
But
what was going on through your mind when that happened?
it's a scary time.
Scary time.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh my God, like they could, hack me now.
Yeah.
Like when the internet turns on you.
It's pretty.
Sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. How'd you fix that? Was it, did you just put out another tweet?
I don't know. I just turned it off.
Notifications.
Yeah,
off.
I was like, I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. But what I was really grateful for, there were people that fought back.
Yeah,
They were like some other keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thanks.
That's like the scene in Shang-Chi, right? At the end, everyone's fighting. It's just all going on.
But everything passes, and it's probably really big in your head, but it's not really big to anyone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to feel like I'm the center of the world or anything. Yeah. It's probably is so minute.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Like a month later or a couple of weeks later, no one cares.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think so many people are so scared, right? Because you're coming from a position people always ask me, Alan, how do I create content? Or I don't want to post, I'm too shy. But you're in front of TV, you're radio, you've got your own social media, other people's social media, you're live streamed. It's everything. You're bound to make mistakes. People are bound to clip moments where it might sound weird or out of context and stuff like that. What sort of advice would you give someone in terms of creation?
Oh, creation. I don't know. You just got to make as much as you can, and then you can kind of refine it. But the truth is, you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
But who cares? It's fun. It's fun making mistakes and just seeing yourself grow.
Yeah.
I've done so many cringe segments, but no one's going to go back and watch them. No one's like, oh, I'm going to go check out.
Yeah. I'm going to watch on replay 50 times.
Okay, sure, good.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see your own growth and to see how far you can come. So, yeah.
Interesting. Well, we're getting close to the end of our show today, but where do people find you when they want to find you on social media? Check
out at Andy Trieu Show or at Andy Trieu. Yeah.
When do you broadcast the Andy Trieu show? Was that like just streamed or how does
Yeah,
how does
just
the show work?
different segments
Okay.
that will come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really focusing on quality, not quantity at
Yep.
the moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, exciting. Hopefully we'll see a lot more and see some great collabs coming up as well.
Yeah, keen.
Yeah. Is there anything on the horizon for you that you're working on? Anything that you can share that's not like NDA or anything like? Is there anything that you're pushing towards?
Yeah, stay tuned. More K-pop stars to come. yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Did you hear that? More
I
K-pop
hope,
stars to
yeah,
come.
if you're into K-pop. But,
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
But yeah, I just really appreciate hanging out and just chatting through this. Love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my
Good
pleasure.
times.
No, absolutely. It's been fun chatting and learning about the industry, and obviously one Aussie superstar here, so it'd be good. It's very rare. I think in the Aussie like media scape, I don't see too many. Maybe because I'm not just super like involved or knowledgeable about it, but I don't see many like Asian faces pop up as well. What about you? What's your experience like there, being Asian in a Western country? But you're obviously specializing in K-pop stuff, which is great. A lot of Asians there, but in the rest of the scape, how do you?
Oh, I think it's grown a lot because of
I think so
how many
too.
influences there are.
That's
now.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
But in terms of OG, credits to people like Wenji. Back in the day, I don't know if you know Wenji.
Wenji, yep.
The biggest YouTube in Australia in a time where.
That's true.
And she was an Asian face. And Natalie Tran.
Oh yeah,
Community
Nat
Channel.
Tran. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's stuff like that.
I've
like
seen her in a while.
Those people, were so big at a time where it was like nothing. But now there's heaps.
Yeah.
Dim Sim Lim, Poe.
Yeah. There's a lot of Asian representation now, which is good, which is awesome. Shows that, we're coming up in terms of value and entertainment, guys, which is great.
Yeah, and Alan Fu.
Oh yeah. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, I appreciate you for coming onto the show. Now, one last thing before we wrap up, I ask this question for everyone, every guest that's come on, is if you could go back in time, speak to your younger self, what's the one cheat code, right? Life's a game. So
Cheat code.
there's always a cheat code. There's always a way to accelerate things, but that doesn't necessarily mean people should be trying to apply it directly into their life to skip the journey. It's more so, what do you think is a cheat code? What's
Wait, can I ask what your cheat code is first?
my cheat code?
Yeah.
My cheat code it sounds quite generic, but it is start earlier and push harder with more intensity. So, for example, I think I have done a lot for myself, right? From a very young age, I always explored a lot. I've done a lot. But I think what I lacked was the intensity behind it, right? If I could have done what I did at 23 when I was 18, right, and I pushed twice as hard with the energy and resources I had back then, I think I would be in a much better starting point in terms of that chart of growth.
Right.
Because it's like exponential growth, like you don't see much progress, and then all of a sudden you hit that catalyst and it starts to rapidly rise.
Yeah.
If I could move that catalyst forwards just a few more years, then my growth would have come a lot earlier. And where I would be now versus, if I started 5 years earlier, it would probably be exponentially much larger. Could be 20 times as high. Yeah. So that's kind of the way
You've come so far already.
I think I've come, like, I don't want to sound like that dickhead that just goes, oh, I've done nothing. When I know I've done something, like I've achieved some stuff. I don't think it's massive in this, the business scape, but also at the same time, I can appreciate that, I've created something, right? So I don't want to be that dickhead that just sits here and goes,
Created heaps.
Nothing.
Look at this studio. Seriously.
Yeah, it's not.
It's insane.
I'm very proud of that coming from someone who's been in a lot of studios. So, if you
good.
think it's cool, then I think I've done a good job, appreciate it.
Yeah. To answer your question, I think
double your outcome in half the time. What do you think it would be that you've kind of learned that you could just kind of like, that was it? If I could have done that a lot earlier, if I could have taught that to my younger self, or even to my son, if I taught that to my son.
Yeah, I think for me, it was working with different people really leveraged my career, and I think people that just say gave me a chance or mentored me or opened up a room to be in, really leveraged, and I got opportunities off the back of that. So I think it all just came down to people. So meeting people,
Yeah, meeting
Like
people. Meeting people.
It's so important, right?
I agree.
Like someone has to open that door for you.
I agree.
And finding the right people. Like some people you're just not going to vibe with.
Agreed.
Like you can push as hard as you can, but other people you are going to vibe with. And so I guess it's a numbers game. So the more you kind of just get out there and kind of enjoy yourself and vibe with the right people, you can be strategic about it if you're more introverted and stuff. But definitely around meeting the right people and give and take, creating some value for them and vice versa.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a good cheat code. I think a lot of people need to learn that very early on as well. Being a part of a good network, meeting people intentionally, and most important, like you said at the end, you have to give and take. You can't just always take.
Yeah.
Give and take is always good. So, yeah, I appreciate that. That was a good cheat code.
No worries. Well,
I love it.
take this mic.
He's going to steal the mic as well. That's the next cheat code, guys. When you see something you like, just take it. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you have enjoyed that episode with Andy. Andy's been a great guest today. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed that episode of Point 01. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow along on all our socials at Point 01 Podcast to watch all of the shorts again. We release an episode every single week, and we hope you will join us as we continue to explore the minds of those who make up the 0.01%. Until next time, keep hustling. I'm your host, Alan Fu. I'll see you on the next episode.